Feed them both.
I don't think you can feed both of them.
You don't think? I mean, if they're laying down.
I don't think you can feed both of them.
I'll ask them, but I know.
No. This is part of the problem. You just let these two do. The next step is to give Doug weight loss surgery as a tool, to give him time to start apology mean nothing. At this point, there's nothing I can do to help you. So you're done.
I'm here to make a change. I want to make a change for the better in my life. I want to lose the weight.
Number 3, Doug's story. In the realm of mukbangs, where people indulge in excessive amounts of food for entertainment, one individual stands out as the epitome of the worst mukbang, Doug. With his insatiable appetite and alarming eating habits, Doug takes the concept of indulgence to new and disturbing heights. This video delves into Doug's story, revealing the harrowing details of his addiction to food and its detrimental impact on his life. Doug, a 36-year-old man, wakes up each morning feeling like an 80-year-old. The toll of his addiction to food is evident in his physical appearance and lack of energy. He has become a living testament to the consequences of excessive eating, prematurely aging himself beyond his years. Doug's addiction not only affects him but also takes a toll on his family. His wife Ashley shoulders the burden of caring for their children, while Doug sits idly by, a mere bystander. The exhaustion she experiences is magnified by the knowledge that her husband's terrible habits are turning her life into a living nightmare.
And not have my wife do all of it. If I don't make...
About 8 years ago, I was over 300 pounds. I couldn't barely tie my shoes. I was lean. So I had the weight loss surgery. When I came in, I was heavier than I was when we first started dating. And instead of being the motivation for him to eat, I think he knows that I'm at that place.
Portion control becomes an alien concept in Doug's household. Ashley has given up on trying to moderate his food intake, as it seems futile. Doug's insatiable appetite knows no bounds, and he indulges in seconds and thirds without restraint. The sheer quantity of food he consumes is mind-boggling, raising questions about his overall health and well-being. As lunchtime approaches, Doug's hunger intensifies. The mere mention of pizza ignites a glimmer of excitement in his eyes. It becomes evident that Doug's sole purpose in the family dynamic is to procure food. While he ventures out to fast food joints or pizza places, his true motives lie hidden beneath the surface. During these outings, Doug surreptitiously engages in his guilty pleasure, the act of the hidden meal. He sneaks in additional food, often indulging in multiple meals during a single car ride. The audacity of his actions is mind-boggling, as he adds cheeseburgers to his pizza feast, relishing in the thrill of doing something forbidden. The consequences of Doug's excessive eating extend beyond the realm of enjoyment. His actions have serious implications for his health and well-being. Indulging in such unhealthy meals, loaded with empty calories and saturated fats, only exasperates the damage already done to his body. Ashley suspects the truth about Doug's secret eating habits. While he may attempt to hide the extent of his consumption, she can sense that he eats in her absence. The deception and betrayal add an additional layer of strain to their relationship, eroding trust and further isolating Doug in his addiction. Doug's story serves as a cautionary tale, shedding light on the dark underbelly of mukbang culture. His uncontrolled and excessive eating habits transform him into the embodiment of the worst mukbang.
Very good. To refrain from overeating for a month isn't easy. They can shed a lot of weight quickly when they start a limited diet, and get under 600. Okay?
Great.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Number 2, Stephen's story. Among the most memorable individuals featured on My 600 Pound Life, Stephen Asante stands out as one of the most challenging and frustrating patients. Throughout his journey, his behavior and excuses have made him arguably the worst patient in the show's history. Stephen's sense of entitlement and childish excuses quickly became apparent on the show. His impatience with the response time to the call button becomes a constant source of frustration for him. However, Stephen fails to understand that the hospital staff cannot cater to his every whim. His pathological behaviors have even led to mistreatment of the staff, as he demands immediate attention and expects everyone to wait on him hand and foot. When confronted by Dr. Now about his behavior, Stephen attempts to justify himself by claiming that he sometimes gets frustrated and wants to be treated like a child. However, at 33 years old, his age is not an excuse for such immature behavior. It is Stephen's responsibility to act his age and not the staff's responsibility to scold him like a child. Dr. Now makes it clear that such behavior should not happen again, warning of consequences if it does.
Come abuse him to hospital staff, and he expects everybody to wait on him, hand them food, not liking what I'm hearing.
At times, I sometimes I get frustrated.
This is going to be a very different conversation.
He keeps bothering, he keeps calling.
Any patient like Stephen, he asking for pain medicine every 15 minutes, and then he spilled you.
I swear I apologize to everyone.
I don't want to hear of this issue again. And if I do, then this is going to be very different.
Stephen's actions eventually become unbearable for the hospital staff. He incessantly requests pain medication every 15 minutes, even while lying on the floor. This behavior goes beyond what any nurse should have to handle on a daily basis. As a result, Dr. Now decides to remove Stephen from the program and the hospital. Despite Stephen's attempts to apologize and ask for another chance, it becomes evident that his behavior and excuses hold no weight. Before leaving the hospital, Stephen has one last weigh-in, where he reveals a weight loss of over 100 pounds. However, Dr. Now challenges him to lose another 60 pounds in the next month. Instead of embracing the goal, Stephen immediately makes excuses about wanting pizza, showcasing his lack of commitment to his own well-being. His bad habits and terrible behavior persist throughout the episode, solidifying his position as arguably the worst mukbang in the show's history. Stephen's story on My 600 Pound Life stands as a testament to the challenges faced by both the individuals and the medical staff. His entitlement and immature excuses and mistreatment of hospital staff make him the embodiment of the worst mukbang on the show. Stephen's lack of commitment to change and his persistent bad habits serve as a stark reminder of the importance of personal responsibility and dedication to improving one's health.
All right, tell Justin to come in and sit down, and we'll see him after.
He's not going to be.
You don't go ask him. You tell him that you come in, right? Listen to you from this point. He's on his own. Tell him he needs to come in. If you did this one more time, that's it. Didn't I?
Yeah.
And on top of that, we have this problem starts with your dad. In life, there is and get away with it.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and think by agreeing with me right now, supposed to be there, then this game is over for you. But even if you don't find anything, you wait that clean. If you want any chance to stay on this program, then you need to lose who are dependent on you. And if you don't change that, they won't change either. Because don't help them. Yeah. Because they're both out of control. And in a society, both of your kids to have a chance to outlive you, then you need to make these changes now.
Number 1. Isaac's story. In the realm of the worst mukbangs, Isaac's story stands out as a haunting example of an individual consumed by his relationship with food. From finding solace in the kitchen to indulging in excessive amounts of calories, Isaac's life revolves around the act of eating. Isaac's day begins with a familiar routine of cooking for his family. However, standing in the kitchen becomes increasingly challenging for him. Seeking comfort and convenience, he retreats to the living room where he prepares meals. This separation from the traditional cooking space sets him apart as an exceptional overeater, indicating the magnitude of his relationship with food. Food serves as an escape and a source of comfort for Isaac. Whether it's a sunny day or a rainy one, he finds solace in the presence of food. Eggs, chocolate, and other culinary delights have accompanied him throughout his life, providing a constant source of happiness. However, despite his weight exceeding 300 pounds, Isaac's excessive consumption of food begins to impede his social life and limit his participation in various activities.
How many eggs do you want? Food has always been a comfort and like an escape from feeling of satisfaction. I feel good, I feel full, and I'm happy.
With his weight is being prisoner in his own body. He wants to go outside.
It's unbearable, and I always knew I would be bigger, but I let it get so much worse.
Isaac's snacking habits further exemplify his status as the worst mukbang. Devouring an entire bag of Chex Mix, paired with Reese's Cups and a sugary Dr. Pepper, is a typical snack for him. Cooking inevitably leads to eating, creating a never-ending cycle of food consumption in Isaac's life. He's acutely aware that the food he once cherished now poses a grave threat to his well-being. During dinner, Isaac's family eagerly welcomes his father, who brings home around 10 pizzas to share. The entire family excitedly take a slice, while Isaac patiently waits for everyone else to finish. Once they're done, he pulls the table closer, signaling his intention to consume a larger portion than anyone else. After the family meal, Isaac departs from home to indulge in a staggering amount of fast food, including burgers, fries, and an array of calorie-laden items, easily exceeding 10,000 calories. Isaac's story is particularly heartbreaking, as he bears the weight of his unhealthy lifestyle at such a young age.
It's harder to move and harder to breathe.
Isaac?
And a normal range is around 18 to 24. And a person gets over 50 is...
Yes, I live with my parents, with my family.
Okay, so what do you do in a regular day? I'm eating day.
Twice and then snacking in between.
So you eat all day, really?
I know that because I already had a moment where I thought I was going to die. And I was in the hospital for a week. And
even at 23, your body is already starting to break down. So you don't have much time to waste. And okay?
Okay.
You stick with the 1,200-calorie diet, you should be able to lose at least 80 pounds.
Isaac's story serves as a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked overeating and the damaging effects it can have on one's physical and emotional well-being. His deep connection with food, relentless consumption of excessive calories, and unhealthy lifestyle makes him the embodiment of the worst mukbang. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.